The last therapies which were registered for patients came in the 90s, and then the last compound, memantine, in 2004. Since that time, no new therapies were registered. When we published our European guidelines in 2010, we were very optimistic about the entrance of new immunological approaches to be available for our patients. However, all these new therapies failed to show an effect. So I analyzed possible reasons of failure. One of the possible reasons may be that we simply administer our new therapies to our patients too late. This is one of the options. Then second, we may simply have inefficient compounds, or we may have wrong targets or wrong or inefficient target engagement. So I analyzed these failures, and then I provided some overview what we can expect in the next 5 years. Currently we have in phase 3 of clinical testing 17 promising compounds. 3 of them are for neuropsychiatric symptoms of dementia, and the others 14 compounds are potentially modifiers of the disease progression, or even a disease modifying action to stop a disease. Then we have approximately 50 compounds in phase 2 of clinical testing, and we have 12 compounds in phase 2-3. So there is a lot of perspective for the coming years, and we are cautiously optimistic. We were taught in the past that not everything which looks beneficial for the patients is finally confirmed by phase 3 results, but some of these compounds are very promising. To be specific, there are several immunological approaches with monoclonal antibodies. There is solanezumab being tested again, then gantenerumab, and especially there is aducanumab, the compound which was frequently discussed last year when phase 1 data were released, and these phase 1 data are very optimistic. There was shown an effect on cognition and functional capacity of the patients, and also on amyloid removal in the brain. Based on these results, this aducanumab was qualified to skip phase 2, and phase 3 was initiated, and the results are expected in 2020 or 21. This is a very promising approach. Then we have several other approaches like BACE inhibitor, which will be the results will be available in 1 year. And then we have several other approaches. Some of them are symptomatic, blockade of serotonin receptors, idalopridine, for example. Then there is a RAGE antagonist also in a pipeline, and then there are several other, perhaps symptomatic, but we may be surprised, also disease-modifying approaches. So the perspective for next 5 years is relatively good, and we need to wait the results of these clinical trials.